I'm Jackie.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome to the Witching Hour.
The Witching Hour is a little extension of Dumb Witch Club where we give you a witchy quickie.
What that is we take a big topic, break it down into bite-sized pieces, and we have a little sip of something to drink.
I liked how you said pieces.
Thanks. Add a little spice to it.
Okay, so what we have here, so I'll tell a little slight backstory on this. So this is Pomar Junction Vineyard 2020, Paso Robles. This is a Viognier.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, I know, but it looks like Viognier.
Uh-huh.
But you could say it like that if you want. But
sure, however you want.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
So the special thing about this wine, or this bottle, is that I bought this up in San Luis Obispo at a very fun and fancy hotel that I went to called the Madonna Inn. So,
such a great place.
Yeah, and they have like boutiques and a bunch of stuff, and this was one of the wines they had, so I bought it. So anyway, cheers. Let's taste.
Ooh, it smells good. Oh, that's so nice.
Ooh, okay. So Viogniers are kind of in between dry and sweet. They're not like overly sweet, but they can have, and I think this one does have, a very like honeysuckle, almost, it has like a little viscosity.
It does.
A little oily,
little
like,
texture.
You know, yeah. So it's sweet in that sense, but it's not sweet like.
No, it's not like a Moscato or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's like honeysuckle.
It is like honey. Yeah, it's like florally sweet more than sugar.
Yeah. It's very nice though. It's not too heavy, but it's not super light.
Yeah, like despite the texture, it like leaves your tongue like quickly. Like it's like gone. Like, yeah.
Which I like. I like that a lot. Yeah, it has a nice mouthfeel. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, it's rich without being like super weighted.
Yeah, and I was learning something the other day, like the more complex a wine is, the longer you'll like taste it in your mouth after you swallow it. And I feel like this lingers, which is nice.
It does, in a really nice, crisp way. The sweetness doesn't linger, the crispness lingers.
Exactly. It's really nice and balanced. So I know I read everything about what this is.
I like it.
It says, exudes floral aromas backed by fresh, crisp acidity.
Look at me!
Steely character as well. That is an excellent representation of this Rhone varietal, which it's grown. This varietal is grown a lot in the Rhone Valley of France. So that's what they were referring to. But anyways, yes, we got it right. Ding, ding, ding.
Getting smarter, these dumb witches.
Not too smart.
Not too smart, you hear, but a little bit smarter.
Okay, what do we have today?
October Energy Report.
I can't believe it.
I know, what the hell? What happened to September?
I don't know. Okay, so my problem actually is, and this is just a side note, I feel like August was very, very long.
Oh,
very slow.
Unbearably long, yeah.
And then I thought, oh my God, September is just going to fly by.
Yeah.
But I don't think it did. We're still in it.
We're still in it. That's true. That's valid. That's
and
valid.
I'm kind of like, what?
Yeah, that's true.
But I can't believe it's already October either. So I don't know.
Yeah. You're right. Because we do have like quite a few more days of September. That's valid. That's valid. I think I was thinking that because like, oh, we're talking about this, but obviously we're talking about it in advance.
I know. But still. October.
Still
Energy report. Okay, so.
Okay.
October is not a big month. That's what I'm going to start off by saying.
No. Which I personally love.
Yeah, I'm good. Super good with that.
Yeah,
so
me too.
What I'm calling this is low and slow and spooky.
Love that. It's perfect.
Right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had its trick or treat yourself season.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It feels like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the first big thing, obviously, that's really leading off the month of October is the solar eclipse, right? It's because we are still in eclipse season, and so we're going to see that happening. New moon, solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd.
That's right.
And this eclipse, obviously all eclipses are like kind of wild, energetically, a little profound. This one is happening on the south node. So it's much more about the letting go.
Yes.
And so that's where my low and slow is kind of coming from too. Like there's some, something's been burning. You gotta let it go,
Yeah. And I like that I mean, any lunar eclipse occurs on a new moon. And I like that aspect because the new moon is, we like a new moon. It's dark, it's personal, it's private, it's cozy, it's all of those things. Like, you can just kind of process and do what you need to do under the cover of night. No one needs to shed light on it. It doesn't need to be seen yet. So you can be like in that process of like letting things go, processing whatever slowly, and no one's really like rushing you through that, bothering you with that kind of thing.
Totally. No, I think it's right. Very private. And at the time that that's happening, Mercury is still in Libra.
Right.
Which I think is also just sort of lending a lot of support, even quiet support to this. You
Absolutely.
know? Like, you don't need to be communing with your loved ones, you know, about this, but you can just know that, like, you have that around you, kind of a thing. Venus is still in Scorpio, which I think also is really lending itself to this deep letting go, kind of releasing energy.
100%. And I'm glad you said the like, you don't have to share a thing, because I think that's the misconception sometimes with eclipses, right? Is that,
or with Libra energy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's understandable. But yeah, eclipses bring you info. They bring info to you. But that doesn't mean that you have to do something with that information right away. That's kind of not the vibe of an eclipse. It feels a little bit intense because of all the downloads you're getting, but you don't have to do anything with them now. You can sort of parcel them out.
Yeah, and even though there is, and the sun is also in Libra currently, so obviously, even though there is all of this Libra energy happening, it might end up being about relationship stuff for you, but it might be wherever house this stuff is in your chart, and it doesn't mean that you have to share relationally just because Libra energy is happening.
Exactly.
So just to remember that. So those things being said about Mercury and Venus remind me of Mercury's going to be going into Scorpio on the 13th.
Yeah.
And Venus is going to be going into Sagittarius on the 17th. So we have those planets changing signs, different signs. They're overlapping in Scorpio for a couple of days at the end there. But yeah. So what is this movement going to give us?
I think it's just more internal. I think it's just even more processing, even deeper. I think also with the Jupiter going into retrograde on the 9th, that typical Jupiter expansiveness is slowing down and going inward. So that's even more so adding to that energy of it. It feels cozy season vibes. It feels you're kind of like doing your thing yourself the way that you need to, making yourself comfortable kind of thing.
Yes, and especially with Jupiter being in Gemini doing this, I feel like it's not doing the blah, 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 like blah, blah, blah. It's actually like, ooh, let's bring that in. Let's turn that inside.
Exactly.
And, get that. So another thing that's happening around that same time as Jupiter going retrograde is Pluto's going direct.
Yes.
So as we know, Pluto's been doing this bounce back and forth over the last degrees of Capricorn and the first degrees of Aquarius for like several months now, almost this entire year. It's been bouncing around. This is the last time it's going to bounce.
Yeah.
It's in Capricorn, going back direct over into Aquarius, where it is going to stay for the next 16 years or whatever it is. So this is significant too. That happens on the 12th. And it's not going to be direct very long either.
Right.
It's going to retrograde again, but it's still going to stay in Aquarius.
Yeah.
So, it's just big. And it's like generational, transformational big, society level big, maybe personal, in some way for you. But also just can't help but note, like, we're also leading up to a pretty big election year in the United States. And I just feel like this energy is shedding light on some of that, which I won't go into detail on my personal take on that, but... take what you want from it.
But that is coming, yes. And we do definitely start to feel it around this time of year. Yeah.
Mars is in Cancer all month, direct all month.
I kind of love that.
So again, low and slow, right?
Like a little simmer pot.
Yes.
Little simmer pot month.
Mars isn't doing anything. The other major planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, they're all in retrograde all month. They're not changing signs all month.
They're
kind of just like
chilling.
whatever. So, but then of course it's like, Halloween at the end of the month.
Yeah.
The sun goes into Scorpio a little bit, on the 22nd, like mid to late month, which I think is where we start pulling our spooky vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It does feel nice. I feel like everything is just helping you to have the best kind of spooky season possible. We have one full moon at the end of the month that's in Aries.
Right.
I think that's fun energy, though.
Agreed.
I like kind of love that. I feel like it's that little bit of fire that you need to be like, wait a second, like, what do you actually want? Like, what is your soul on fire for right now?
Yeah, it just kind of like adds a little pop of sunshine.
Yeah, just a
into all of
little
this.
bit, like right before Halloween to be like, wait, just like, I know it's been slow simmer pot, that's cute, we love it for you, but like, what like sexy Halloween costume are you gonna wear?
Well, yeah, and I think that's where Venus and Sagittarius also lends a hand.
Love that place.
Yes, I know. So
cute
what
and
does she want you
spicy.
to be for Halloween?
We know what she wants you to be for Halloween.
Definitely. We know what she wants us to be. So.
And we are gonna listen to her.
Always.
We always
of
listen to
course.
Venus.
Definitely. So, I don't know. I think October's shaping up. It seems pretty good.
Yes.
So,
Cute,
yay.
cute.
I know. Super cute.
Super cute.
Let's drink more.
Cheers.